right, we're here at Squatch Camp with Rob and Beans, and one thing I wanted to talk to, and I've always found this interesting. Now, you guys have been involved in the scene for longer, gone to conferences, talked to a lot of other researchers. What about all the fossil evidence of Neanderthals, full skulls they're finding of Australopithecus? To me, that looks like a Bigfoot. I mean, what have you guys heard theories about the connection?
I think the problem with a lot of that stuff is, one, that it's not complete.
Yeah.
You know, the fossil record isn't complete. They can't go from, you know, this one to this one to this one. There's some gaps in there.
Yeah.
And the other problem with that in Bigfoot is that they haven't found a lot of those fossils that are more recent. You know, I think,
right.
you know, 11,000 years ago, something like that is about as far back as it goes. I could be wrong. I can't check. I can't Google out here.
Right.
So,
it's not like they just found one. It's
so
fresh.
I think, yeah, there's a big gap in that record where they're not sure if they continued on or if they're extinct. And I think that's probably a big reason why you don't see a lot of anthropologists saying like this could be Bigfoot or this, you know, is a likely descendant of Bigfoot. So that's my theory on that. I don't know. I'm not well versed in anthropology or anything like that.
As just visually, though.
Did you hear that
see.
whistle? There's that
hear
whistle
that.
again.
I think it was a bird.
And Cookie just took off.
Oh, he just took off.
Bat out
I
of
don't know
hell.
what that was all
weird.
about.
You know where he is.
Yeah, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, that
Yeah, there it is.
whistle again.
He's whistling at us.
Yeah.
Squatches everywhere.
But that's a good point. It's interesting though that there are still some ancient creatures around. Like some of the sea creatures are millions of years old. Like you've got
Right.
the ancient.
The sea coelacanth they thought was extinct.
Right.
Ends up the African people were catching them daily and eating them or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's interesting visually how you said caveman. I've seen so many instances, you know, when illustrators put these caveman illustrations, and there's hundreds of different hominids out there.
Yeah.
And some of these cool old art books of you know, so many times I've said that looks like a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But it's just a visual thing. But like Beans was saying, there's not like there's new skulls being found. These are all old and ancient.
Well, there's the theory too that it was pretty popular a few years ago, and I haven't heard much about it since then. Where there was a debate on whether Neanderthals were covered in hair or not.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Right. And there are some hominids that were covered with hair. Those are the ones, you know, they got high cheekbones, big sloped foreheads. They walk on two legs. Very, very Bigfoot-like.
Right.
And that's why I kind of lean like towards Bigfoot being a flesh and blood ancient relic thing, because that's what it seems like it is.
Yeah.
But what it is, I don't know. But that's kind of what I lean on. But
And then there's the question of why aren't we finding recent skulls and recent
Yes.
remains?
so what if they've learned one thing they've learned, the Sasquatch people, evolution, they've been around a long time. What if they've learned to bury or have little funerals, so to speak,
Right.
in that time? That's how sophisticated they've become.
There's different theories saying they eat all the remains, they
Yeah,
burn it.
I've heard that too. They eat it.
They hide it really well.
They tear each other apart and bury. You know, they just do all these horrible things. But
Yeah.
it's odd though. Why would they do that? Why would they work so hard to cover themselves up?
Yeah.
Are they that smart, or is it just coincidental luck that they seem like this?
Instinct. or
But
something.
it's just their instinct to stay away from, let's say, people. It seems really odd. I can see why there's this spiritual attachment to it,
I think that's part of it. Yeah.
because it
otherwise-
is weird. There's a lot of unanswered questions with the Sasquatch phenomenon,
Yeah.
and we didn't solve them here, but we had fun, didn't we?
We did. Gold panning and fishing.
Gold panning, fishing.
Cooking in the chairs.
Oh, just standing in that creek, and it's so clear.
Yeah.
We got just about the total Alaskan package here. We got mountains,
Yeah.
we got fishing, we got gold panning,
Gold mines. We got. Well, we know there's bears and moose around here.
Yeah.
There's marmots. Those little guys are screaming. Every once in a while, you'll hear them.
Yeah.
A beaver dam's right over there, just real pretty. Very rugged. I told you guys this was going to be a rough one.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what,
This
the
is
weather,
rough, isn't it?
the
Isn't
weather,
this rough?
I was not prepared for the weather. Usually, it's like, okay, I got to make sure I bring my long johns because you never know. You
I
know, in
and
Alaska,
it's
you
been
never
so
know.
bad.
And I brought like one pair of shorts, and I just
Oh,
luckily, like brought these, and I didn't bring them for this trip. I brought them for what I'm doing after, and I'm glad I did because they've saved. I don't know if I'd have probably heat stroked out if I'd have been wearing pants the other day.
Yeah.
it was. We are blessed this weekend. I was just hoping. Maybe it's all of our hoping energy.
That's right.
We were all hoping.
We
It's
willed
been-
it.
We did. It's
I'll get
been
you guys
crappy
believing
here.
in that psychic power sooner or later.
Maybe we should break out the water and put your helmet on.
Yeah.
See if we can get this to stretch out another month.
All right, you guys. So I'll throw links up to their channels, but thanks for tuning in.